Well, good morning. Good morning. Steve Reinhardt, CEO of AITX, with our weekly video address. Today, as usual, I guess, we're going to talk about two things. But before we do, reminder, press subscribe, like, all those things. Thank you very much. Structure today is going to be as usual, which is some business highlight updates and then a little bit of commentary on the stock in terms of what I can say and what I can't say. But from a business standpoint, literally we're busier than ever in every department, which is tough to do because we have a pretty high performing team. But over the last few months, we've made some investments in different systems, particularly on the engineering side, to be able to enhance productivity and enhance communication as the team's grown. So when I was in Waterloo this past week, I saw those systems in effect and they provided an immediate boost to productivity, which was great. But the core of it comes down to the team. We've got a really great team. For me, and hopefully for them, I don't know. It was great to meet them in person. I got to meet about half of the new engineers that we've hired during the pandemic, which was awesome. The rest of the new engineers are outside of the Waterloo area. So I made some commitments to travel to some other areas to see them in the coming months as the pandemic hopefully lightens up. I don't know. But seeing the team in person is a big deal. It's a big deal for me because they're amazing. And they're one of the big elements of how we win. I can't stress that enough. I think I stress it a lot because it is so important. The team is what makes it all happen, and we've got a great one. So that's a big deal that I'm happy to share. But we also win with sales and happy customers, right? So we've got tons of sales activity. This was a big week for sales activity in terms of advancing some large opportunities that we've kind of had a small sale with or some type of limited partnership. And now we've got the proof that, hey, our stuff is performing as desired, as they want. Now we're talking some much larger conversations, which is amazing. So going to see some of that come up soon, hopefully over the next couple of months. So that's really, really, really good. That's what we want. It's a big proof point of what we've created. So I'm happy about that. There is a Scott that everyone's following. There's three kind of projects, it seems, that I've mentioned before that people are following. One is this retail rollout, which started, I guess, about a week and a half ago, and has a Scott that is branded in the end user's colors and is stunning. And I'm excited to have that be public once it's public view, because I think our community will be really happy about it. So I think that'll either be public view this week or next week. We'll see, but I think it's on a truck right now headed to Dallas. So that's very, very cool. So that's a little bit of update on that opportunity that's rolling out. The tech partnership that I'm super excited about, we hopefully going to get some ink on paper this week. And then I'll talk to the attorneys about whether or not it's significant enough for a press release or how I'm going to share that information or if and when I'll share that information. But that's an update right now on that piece, on that iron in the fire, as I call them. And I get questions on the airport deployment. So airport deployment is, going through the process with our operations team and their operations team. It just takes time when you're dealing with a very, very large airport. And then you throw in the limitations of the pandemic with work from home rules and so forth. So anyway, I'm hoping it happens this month. I would hedge my bet and I would say implementation probably be finished by the end of next month on that one. So that one's cool and that will be public view as well. Overall, the sales funnel is moving really well. I'm happy with how we're building our recurring revenues. Now, going from sales and customer services to, and engineering for that matter, to production, the Rex put out double-digit units this week. So we had our largest weekly output of product that we've ever had. I'm not saying that we're where I want us to be yet on productivity out of the Rex. but I'm saying that we put out 13 or 14 units in a week, and that's the most we've ever put, and that's progress. And when you're measuring, a company like I measure us all the time, I'm looking for progress, and that's a big piece of progress. It shows that we're going to get to where we want. I'm happy with how that foundation has been laid. The folks that are coming on October 13th, you're going to see a lot of that in progress, which is going to be really exciting. I don't know how many applications we've got to attend yet, but if you're interested, you're in the area, if you want to come in, I encourage you to go to AITX.ai, find the details on the October 13th Investors Open House and RAD 3.0 Reveal. Download, email the application. Hopefully you'll make the cut, and I'll meet you there in person. It'll be a cool event. I think it'll be a really cool event. So we're starting some preparation on that. Okay, so business stuff going great, getting better every day. Stock, not so much. Okay. Now, investors that have some level of experience, understand that I don't have, a lever to pull to make the stock go up, right? And I thank you for having that understanding and that experience. And the understanding that by building a fundamentally strong, growing business, the stock should follow. So I thank everybody for that. I want to make it clear that I'm in no way happy with where the stock is at. Okay? I'm happy with the business. I'm ecstatic. Obviously, stock side, not great. But there's limited things I can do. I have to focus my energies on the business. That's where the value comes from. So that's what I do. What I'd like to ask is that folks carefully follow our dilution, which seems to be, the big thing. Dilution. Follow it. We're maybe hanging under 4 billion right now, which leaves us 1 billion in the authorized. I can't say too much, but I can encourage you, follow the dilution and avoid the hype. Anyway, that's about all I can say on the stock. Thank you for your support. The support that I've been getting over the last few weeks in the light of the unfortunate and hopefully temporary decline in the stock is awesome. Some great conversations. We've got some incredibly intelligent, experienced investors across the spectrum of the United States and, in fact, the world. There's a high degree of international investors. I couldn't quantify it, but I get messages from all over the world. But I get outreach from folks in the security industry. I get outreach from folks in facility management and from property management. And they are so encouraging because they understand what we're doing technically and functionally, and they understand that it's going to have a regular place in the world. So they share their encouragement and support, and I appreciate that, and I thank you for that. Guys, that's all I have this morning. It's going to be another big week. I hope everybody does great. I hope we have a great week on the stock and we start to turn this around. Reach out to me as needed. As has been the case the last couple of weeks, I will be a little bit less on social media in terms of responding to comments, but I try to respond to emails and direct messages. Have a great day. Thank you.